Good morning. Right, first off, I'd like to say a great big thank you to Lynn, the guiding light and better half of Mr. Rob Lockhart's life, for delivering a great big massive box of homegrown vegetables last night. I shall be cooking and devouring those, well, we shall be cooking and devouring those today, Lynn. So many thanks to you and El Roberto. And Rob, I hope night shift went okay, my friend. Right. Before any further ado, I thought you might like some chilling, deep relaxation music for a Monday morning. Okay. Oh, where's my e-cigarette? Those who know me know I don't smoke cigarettes or anything. But Rob Lockhart, this is what I was talking about. Now then, where were we? Hurry up, cried the tingling bird. Torchy and Squish are trapped in a cave, and you must come and rescue them. So Pongo set sail for the cave. Now that's where we left it 2 days ago. I did try to make some inquiries, and all I could find out was Pongo and Squish were not alone in the cave. They were there with 7 species of small furry animals, and they were all gathered together and grooving with a pict. So, what's happening, man? Anyway, so when they reached the cave, they found that the boat was too big to sail inside. I know what we'll do, cried Tingaling, and picking one end of a coil of rope, he gave it to Pogo and told him to tie it securely to the mast. When Pongo had done this, he took the other end in his beak and flew into the cave. He kept flying and flying and flying, flying and flying until he saw Torchy and Squish on the ledge. "Hooray!" cried the toys. "Thank goodness you've come to save us. We thought we were lost forever." The bird gave Torchy the rope and told him to tie it round a piece of rock sticking out of the cave wall. "We can use it as a handrail," Torchy cried. "How clever you are." The toys lowered themselves into the water and, holding onto the rope, made their way towards the cave entrance. The water was very cold, and their teeth chattered and knocked about together like cymbals. Metal teeth. How pleased they were when they got into the daylight. "Thank you for saving us, Pongo," Torchy grasped as the pirate helped them on board. "You've been very kind." "Wah," said Pongo, as pirates do. I've just made that bit up. Pongo only grunted, but he looked pleased. It was a change for him to be good instead of naughty. Pongo the naughty pirate. I know the feeling. Then he took them into the galley, and while they dried out the clothes, he gave them big towels and made them some hot cocoa. Made with plenty of grog, I hope, Pongo, and dead man's rum. Then they sailed to the shore. "Where's Tingaling?" Torchy asked. "Switch on your beam and see," Squish said. "My beam is broken," said Torchy. "I'm sure the water will have dried away now," Squish replied. So Torchy pressed the switch on his jacket, and once again the beam shone on the Tingaling bird. He was walking along the beach, still looking for a fish for his supper. As if nothing had happened. It came naturally to him to save lives. I just made that bit up. "Hooray!" cried Torchy. "My beam is working." "There's Tingaling. Thank God he's alive. His beam's working." "Torchy, you'll have to cut out this selfish behaviour, son." Anyway, Come home with me, Tingaling. I must find some fish first. The bird said I've got a big herring in my larder, and I'll give it to you. Torchy told him. That didn't sound right. The bird. I must find some fish first, the bird said. Right. I've got a big herring in my larder, and I'll give it to you, Torchy told him. Tingaling flew to Torchy's house, and in next to no time they all sat down to the best supper they had ever had. Now, wasn't that a lovely story? Eh? Now, if there's a moral to this story, I think it's stick to being vegetarian and don't hunt fish. Now, also don't forget that it's Torchy Tuesday tomorrow. So I think we may have a special broadcast tomorrow. We'll see. I was seriously yesterday considering not doing any more broadcasts and just doing music for a change, because I've had enough of politics. I really don't care anymore. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway. All this, we've had the Queen's bloody 90th birthday. We've had this Brexit, which I hate that name. Brexit carry on. We've had David Cameron in the race in the bloody new Prime Minister of the Tory party, and now we've got serious infighting in the Labour Party. However, is this all real? I think this is all to get our minds off the reality of what a total and utter cock-up they've made of Great Britain. All these politicians, which I don't know, they should all be sacked for. I haven't got a clue how to run the country. I'm actually going to get in touch with whoever I get in touch with, because I don't want to vote anymore. I want to be taken away from voting. I don't want to make any decisions. Now, I know a lot of you might say, well, that's not the attitude to have, and if we were all like that. But you know what? I'm 61 years old. I haven't had the easiest of lives. And I don't even care. For once in my life, I'm going to be selfish to me, just on the question of voting. Anything else, I'm never going to sign another petition. And I'm going to look after business myself. You know what I mean? Charity, do good, go and volunteer for things. I don't need any board. I don't need any Facebook to say, today I have been eating, I don't know, fish fingers and bean risotto. Listen to that bloody bird. It's me pet, it's my new guest. So I'll not be making any more political statements. Music is the way forward. So I think I'll just be posting music, maybe make the odd broadcast, seeing how I feel. Now, Torchy Tuesday tomorrow, as I say. Oh, and I actually got a letter after being on the waiting list for 18 months to attend what they've told me could be a 3 to 4 hour appointment. It's in Stephen's Court, which is in St Nicholas's Hospital, at the ADHD Anxiety and Depression Unit. So, God help you, and I hope you're ready for the thoughts of the hat. I have been told to tone down my interview, or I could get sectioned. You can't section people in this country, or can you, for being perfectly and utterly honest and frank. You know what I mean? I'm not prepared to hide behind anything. I'm not prepared to speak up. I'm not prepared to tell it, to tell it like they want to hear it. I'm going to tell it from me, from my heart and my brain. Ho, 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 ho. So anyway, everybody, have a lovely day. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, and I hope the country gets sorted out all right with politics. But I haven't even watched the news this morning. I'm not going to watch the news, and I'm not going to read newspapers. Apart from music papers. Mojo magazine. And Essential Blues and stuff like that. And there's some great magazines out there in America, all to do with blues music. That's what I'm going to concentrate on. I'm going to continue with my guitar and my harmonica. I've nearly got my garden all sorted out. The shed's all sorted out. My house is nearly done. I'm going to decorate it throughout because of the new hat and wing, which I'll have to broadcast from one day, probably in the winter. It's the chill and music room is what it is. And that's it, man. Oh, and I also acquired yesterday, but it's been delivered, is that recording I put on by Jerry Garcia Band of Senor. It's from a live concert in the Warfield Theatre in 1990. Now, it was long deleted, that album, but I've acquired a copy from the States, so that as we speak, it's winging its way here. So I'm looking forward to listening to that, because it's not on iTunes, it's not on Apple Music or anything. So great stuff, and some great Dylan covers on it. So goodbye, peace, love, namaste. See you on Torchy Tuesday. It rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I hope I don't go and blow it.